What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Sitting outside with Brittany. Hey, baby.
Hi.
You really that cold?
Huh?
Really that cold?
I'm fine.
It is a little chilly out here tonight. It's supposed to be thunderstorms throughout the night, but it hasn't started yet. It rained earlier, but hasn't really started yet. I didn't record much of anything at all today because we kind of don't feel good, so yeah. But I feel like I should at least upload something or whatever, so I figured I'd come out here and do a quick vlog, whatever. I do want to mention though, I noticed it after I uploaded the video yesterday, the lump on my neck from the cancer has gone away. I've only had one chemo session so far, but I mean, for the most part, I guess you could say it's doing what it's supposed to do, because you can't even feel. I mean, it's still there, but it's not noticeable. Like, you have to actually press on it to be able to feel it now. It's the lump ain't even noticeable anymore. So I guess that's a good thing. Means the chemo's working, hopefully. That's only after one session. I still gotta do 5 more sessions of chemo, and then we'll go from there, whatever. But yeah, so I mean, I guess that's a good thing. Brittany was really excited too when she noticed that it went away, kind of. Really? She don't feel good, so she ain't really talking that much. You're so beautiful. Really? It is cold out here though, that's why she got the blanket on. It's fucking freezing. Well, maybe.
It's not freezing, it's
probably,
it's cold.
It's probably at least in the 50s right now. Yeah, but hopefully once I'm completely done with chemo, hopefully they tell me that I'm in remission and there's no more trace of the cancer, so I guess we'll see what happens. Like I said, I still gotta do 5 more sessions. So, and obviously when those dates come up, I will be filming it. But right now they got them spread out like over a course of a few months. My next appointment is on Halloween. So gotta wait a couple weeks before I can go to that one. That cat is gonna fall. But, I mean, for the most part, it's been a pretty good day. We just ain't really do nothing because, we kind of don't feel good. Well, I mean, I feel alright now, but, she still doesn't really feel good. But I can hear sirens in the distance. Sound like they're getting closer, too. But, whatever, they ain't for me. Shit. Say hi.
Hi.
You look tired.
Huh?
You look tired.
I am. I'm tired and I don't feel good.
It ain't really that late. It's only like 10 o'clock or whatever.
It's almost 11.
No, apparently it's almost 11. Well, yeah, once I get this uploaded and shit, probably end up going to bed. But like I said, it's really just been one of them days we ain't really feel like doing shit. Tomorrow though, I don't know. What do you want to do tomorrow, baby? Really? Really? We can do something. Really? We never mind, I'll talk to you about that off camera later. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of happy right now. Though. I'm glad that the lump went away. Now when I first did the video talking about my cancer, I don't really think that I explained the whole scenario, how I even found out I had it or any of that. But I am gonna mention it now though, just so I don't have too short of a video to post. But okay, so it started like earlier on in the year. According to the hospital records, they for some reason have it marked down that I first went in January, Me and Brittany both feel like that's a little bit off because I don't think it was that long ago. You know, it's already October and shit. I was thinking maybe around like May or June or something like that is when I first went in. But the hospital records say January for some reason. But
My
anyways,
birthday.
huh?
My birthday.
Yeah. But anyways, we well I developed a massive lump or swelling like inside of my throat. At this point, there was no lump on my neck. I never noticed no lump on my neck at this point. But I developed this massive swelling inside of my throat. And for a minute, I kind of thought maybe I just caught a bad case of like strep throat or something like that. So, you know, I put it off for a few days, didn't really think too much of it. But then it just kept getting worse and, you know, kept getting bigger. And it got to the point where I felt like it was only a matter of time before it was going to block off my airway completely. So I kind of freaked out a little bit and I went to the ER. I usually don't go to the hospital for anything. So if I go to the hospital, then you know that I feel like it's something serious and I expect for the hospitals to treat it as if it's something serious. You know, so yeah, I went to the ER or whatever. They got me in there pretty quickly. They checked me out, whatever. And at that time, they ended up misdiagnosing me. They said that I had something called tonsillitis or something.
With an abscess.
What happened?
They said with the start of an abscess.
Yeah, they said that it was like tonsillitis with the start of an abscess or something like that. So they basically misdiagnosed me. Okay, whatever. Well, who am I to argue with doctors? Yada yada yada. So you know, I accepted the diagnosis. They gave me some antibiotics. They kept me there for a couple of hours for observation. They pumped me full of something through an IV. The swelling went down. You know, it appeared that the antibiotics were working. You know, so I came home and everything. The swelling went away. I didn't feel it anymore. And then I don't know. I continued taking the antibiotics. You know, for a little bit. Then maybe a week and a half goes by. All of a sudden the swelling came back, but it wasn't really as bad as it was the first time. But I started to feel it coming back, so I went back to the ER. And you know, I went in there and this time we ended up sitting in the ER for probably hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever. And you know, I don't like waiting in the ER. Like the emergency room, the waiting room, all that. I don't want to do all that. That's one of the reasons I don't go to the hospital unless it's something pretty serious. So, you know, we ended up walking out of there. I got tired of waiting or whatever, but it was at this point that I actually noticed a slight lump on my neck. So, you know, we left the ER or whatever because they kept us waiting forever. And so we went home and whatever. And, you know, I continued on, you know, going to work and everything, but I started to like Google all of the things that I was experiencing, like the lump on my neck, the, you know, swelling in my throat. Now, naturally, you know, anything you're going through, it's never a good idea to Google it because regardless of what it is, Google 9 times out of 10 is going to tell you that you're dying. And that's basically what it said to me or whatever. It basically, everything that was popping up was basically going back to cancer. So I was like, well, shit. So at that point, I decided to just say, fuck the ER, fuck the hospital. I went straight to professionals on that particular field of cancer. I contacted the Cleveland Clinic, the cancer center at the Cleveland Clinic, and I scheduled an appointment, you know, and I told them on the phone, you know, what was going on and honestly what I thought about it. And they got me in there pretty quickly. And, you know, like the ER should have, the cancer center took it very serious and they got me an appointment pretty quickly and they got me in there. And they had me seeing one doctor and he ran a bunch of tests. Well, I should say she, the first doctor I had there was a female. But she tried to run a couple tests or whatever. Couldn't really get much of a reading, so she scheduled an appointment with a different doctor for me to, you know, have further testing done. I went to that doctor, same thing, he ran a few tests and he couldn't get much of a reading either, but that doctor told me flat out, he was like, look, I'm almost certain that this is some form of cancer, but before I can promptly diagnose you, we need to, run some further tests. So he still couldn't get a reading, so he scheduled me for, I guess you can say, minor surgery, where they had to put me to sleep and, go in to dig out as much tissue as possible so that they can do further testing. And, so we did that. And it was at that point that they actually found what it was. And he called me back in there after they got the results back. They called me back in there, and he told me what they found, and he said that he was going to transfer all my files and everything they found. He's going to transfer all the information over to another doctor, which is now the doctor that I've currently been seeing for a couple weeks now. Transfer all the information over to this other doctor, and he had when the other doctor finally got an appointment set to see me, I went in and seen him or whatever. He went over what the previous doctor stated that was found and everything. And then, he started talking about, what was it? He started talking about how he wants to put me through chemo and everything, but before doing so, he wanted me to take, like, further testing. Like, they knew what I had at that point. At that point, they had diagnosed me with B-cell lymphoma. And, so they wanted to do, dude, cat's gonna fucking fall. But, so they told me what they diagnosed, they told me the diagnosis and everything, B-cell lymphoma. But he said that before he gets me started on the chemo, he wants to run further tests. He wanted me to do, he wanted me to go in and do this one test for, like, just your standard HIV, hepatitis, all that bull crap or whatever, just to make sure that I was clear of all that. So, I did that. Then another thing that he wanted to, do was he wanted to do a PET scan, which is basically, it's like a full body x-ray, just to see if they can't find any trace of it anywhere else in my body. Because apparently, B-cell lymphoma, it affects the throat, the neck, the upper chest areas, the armpit areas, and even the groin areas. So he wanted to, before putting me through the chemo, he wanted to figure out exactly what he was working with. So he had me do the PET scan to see if he can find a trace of it anywhere else in my body. Couldn't find any trace other than what was in my neck. So once all that was done, he finally scheduled the appointment for me to go in to do the chemo, to start my chemo, which I started earlier this week, a few days ago, whatever. It was my first session. So, I went in, I did that. The video's on my channel. And then, yesterday I did my video, and it was while I was, messing around doing the editing on that video or whatever, is when I noticed that the lump didn't really seem that big, because in previous videos you can kind of see it. Like, if I turn my head a certain way, you can kind of see it. So, what were you getting? What?
Trying to get the cat from getting over there.
Oh yeah, it's starting to rain.
It's not starting, it's pouring.
Yeah, it's pouring now. It's probably coming. It's coming down pretty hard. But yeah, I noticed that the lump ain't really there. Like, you can't really see it anymore on my videos or whatever. But yeah. So I wanted to come on here now and let's talk about how the lump went away. One chemo session and already the lump is gone. I'm trying to talk a little louder now because I feel like the rain is kind of like drowning me out. So hopefully y'all can still hear me. Dude, what are you doing?
The rain's like...
I know. He's like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm sorry. I keep cussing and stuff, and I really try not to, because I try to, like, somewhat do, like, family-friendly content. I don't want to cuss, but it's a habit sometimes. It's in my vocabulary. I can't help it sometimes. I do apologize though. But yeah, so basically, one chemo session, my lump went away. Well, it went down, I should say. It's still kind of there. Like, you can feel it if you push up on it, but it's not really there. It's not really noticeable now. So I'm happy about that. That's a good thing. I guess that this means that the chemo's working. But like I said, I still got 5 more sessions of chemo to do, and then we'll go from there. Whatever happens after the final session, see what I'm assuming that when I complete the chemo, they're probably gonna put me through the PET scan again, or CAT scans or whatever, and see see how it reacted to the chemo. But I mean, I guess I won't find that out. I've never, gone through this type of stuff before, so I'm not entirely sure what's gonna happen after I'm done with the chemo. But I guess we'll figure it out. I think, when did you say my final appointment is in January? My final chemo appointment?
I think,
Yeah, so my last chemo session is in January, so I guess at that point we'll figure out from there, how it's reacted to the chemo, and, hopefully it goes away, you know. Doctors did say that there is a possibility that at some point in time, even if, I beat it now, at some point in time, there's a good chance that it could come back sometime in the future, within a few years, basically. But if that happens, then I guess I'll go through this whole process again. But like I said before, I've never really been I don't do hospitals. I hate hospitals. Like they suck. They really do. Especially here in Cleveland. Like the hospitals are just trash. Okay, so I don't go to the hospital unless it's something serious. But considering the fact of what's going on this year, me finding out I got cancer, even after this is, all said and done, the chemo does what it's supposed to do, I'm gonna try to, keep a primary care doctor and, just routinely get checked up every once in a while just to, make sure that the cancer is not coming back or whatever.
they'll keep you with Dean. Even though you may be in remission, they'll end up keeping you with him and have you do like every maybe 5-6 months checkups with him just to make sure.
Well, I mean, I hope so, because I mean, the doctor I got now, Dr. Dean and shit, he's pretty cool. I mean, to be honest though, like I don't like hospitals or whatever, but the Cleveland Clinic it's a very good hospital, and it's supposed to be, it's considered to be one of the greatest hospitals in the entire world. So I do trust that I'm in good hands, and so far the people there have been real nice. They do what they got to do to take care of me, and it's I don't really mind it. My issue with the hospitals is going in for something serious and then being misdiagnosed, or them not taking it as serious as you are. Like I don't remember if I ever talked about this on video or not, but back in 2019, I had a broken jaw, and I basically had to basically beg this freaking doctor to do an X-ray, because he swore that there's no way I had a broken jaw because I was still able to talk. I'm like, dude, this is my body. I know how my face is supposed to feel. I know how my bones are supposed to feel. I'm telling you, do the X-ray. I got a broken jaw. He did the X-ray, and wouldn't you know, I had a fucking broken jaw.
Yeah, and he transferred you to the Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, but he ended up transferring me to the Cleveland Clinic because I had to have surgery done the way it was broken or whatever. I guess that's why I was still able to talk, because it wasn't broken in the common way that people break their jaw. Like it was like there was a whole chunk of bone completely snapped in like two places or whatever. They had to literally do surgery to put a plate in there to basically hold my face back together. But yeah, I hate being misdiagnosed or whatever, and I hate when I go in for something serious and they don't treat it like it's serious. I have a history of going to hospitals for like chest pains and stuff. And, I was always taught by just about everybody that I've ever known. My mom, my stepdad, everyone that I've ever known has always told me, when it comes to like pain in your chest or pain in your head, like you do not take that lightly, because those are the two areas of your body that keep your body alive. Like your heart is what keeps blood flowing to your brain. Your brain is what keeps you able to basically live, if that makes sense. I'm not really sure what the word I was looking for is, but you know what I mean. So I mean, yeah, chest pain and head pain, like, okay, there's a difference between head pain and a common headache or whatever, but head pain and chest pains are to be taken very serious. And I've gone to the hospital numerous times for like massive chest pains, and nothing was ever done about it. They don't take the shit serious. So I mean, I hate hospitals. And I mean, even till this day, every so often, I'll catch myself grabbing my chest because my fucking chest is hurting. But I don't know what that's all about though. Like, it's happened for years, but when I had the PAT scan done, they did some tests over my heart and everything, and it doctor said it came back clean. Like, there was no blocked arteries or anything. My heart looked as normal as it could be for someone my age. So the chest pains are a mystery. Like, I don't know what it is. I mean, but Yeah, I mean, doctors though they claim that my heart looks fine. So I don't know. Maybe I'm on the verge of having a heart attack and don't know it.
You shut up.
Really? I'm sorry, babe. She gets mad when I say stuff like that, but
What?
really, I can't film you now.
Huh?
I can't film you now. But but yeah, I mean, moral of the story, I'm happy the lump kind of went away a little bit, so that's a good thing. Means the chemo's working. Still got 5 more sessions. I'll be sure to film every step of the way. They, like I said though, they got me stressed out over the course of a few months, you know. So,
Course,
oh, god damn it, huh?
3 months.
Well, 3 months, few months, whatever. But yeah, but I mean, for the most part though, I'm doing good. Brittany's doing good. She worries a lot, but I keep trying to tell her she don't have to. Really? It's okay, baby. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. But I know. Alright, we can go back in if you want. I know it's cold. It's raining and shit. Alright, well, I mean, we're about to go back in. Probably get ready for bed. What? I thought you said something. Oh. But yeah, we're gonna end up going back in, get ready for bed. I'll get this video posted. It will be up in the morning. Um, Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. You know, comment if you want. Please like my videos. Yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good night.